The Nigeria Union of Journalists, Kogi State Chapter, has rounded up their press week with a charge to journalists to uphold the ethics of the practice, as well as recognize those who have over the years provided meaningful contributions to the development of the state and humanity. The event was a gathering of veterans, businessmen and women, politicians, and top government functionaries. Our reporter, Faith Abdul Ghaffar, tells us more.
The NUJ had 7 days-long activities to mark the annual press week, with it round up with award and suya nights. At the award and lecture with the theme, the media, politics and national development, guest speakers, the national president of NUJ, Chris Isiguzo, CEO and founder of Connected Development, Hans Lawan, charged journalists not to ignore the effort of good leaders in the state.
Election is therefore a tool for regeneration, rejuvenation, and reinvigoration of the entire democratic system. It is thus important for the dynamic interaction within the political system. The role of the journalists within the system, especially against the background of his professional responsibility, cannot be overemphasized. Apart from mediating between the contestants to political offices through fair reporting and space allocation, the journalist also influences the available choices of candidates to the voters. In essence, the journalist is highly influential in the process of the people deciding on who to vote for in the election. It is an appreciation of the foregoing that there has been a universal agreement that the journalists must be properly guided, especially in the reportage of elections. Elections, it should be noted, are not ordinary events. The primary purpose of journalism is to provide citizens with the information they need to be free and self-governing. According to John Dere, democracy must begin at home, and this home is the neighboring community. Nigeria is a vast multicultural society. The size of the country explains its diversity and pluralism. The issue of conflicting interest is a controversial one, whereas some see it as a problem, others see it as an intrusion. But for us as media professionals, we should see it as an opportunity.
I'm going to speak truth. You're all my friends. But I have to tell you the truth, because I've seen, when I interact with some of my friends in the media practitioner, they would say for the past 6 months, they've not been paid salary. Or they want to go and cover a story of some of the emerging trends, and there are no resources for them to travel. Or when they even travel, they're not proper welfare. So today, one of the biggest threats is the financial resources. So what this means is, whoever is giving brown envelope or much more brown envelope makes the news and controls what becomes the outcome of the news. And this is really sad. You see, we cannot say we practice democracy where we don't enjoy freedom of speech, but as journalists and as citizens. And I say as journalists because in recent time, they've been clamped down on journalists. We've seen them being harassed. We've seen journalists being intimidated, even arrested, not only across the world, but particularly in Nigeria. But I know that Kogi State is one state that media feel at home, they feel safe, and they undertake their duties because of the support they enjoy from government. I want to appeal to you to not allow Nigeria derail. Because if Nigeria prosper today, it is the journalists that would set us to that course. But the sad reality is nobody would pat you on your back or even thank you for your job. You're the fourth estate of the realm. Nobody will thank you. Probably the politicians will get all the credit. But your role is not to get credit. Your role is to provide authentic information. Give citizens knowledge so that they know their rights.
They encourage media organizations to report with fairness, objectivity, and accuracy through with their various means of dissemination of information. They commended the administration of Governor Yahaya Bello, saying he has done very well in key sectors of economy, security and most of it all, health. Governor Bello was honored with an award. The state governor Yahaya Bello was represented by the secretary to the state government, Folashade Ayo-Ade.
I'm making this presentation on behalf of Kogi Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, and is an award for infrastructure revolution in the health sector, presented to His Excellency Alhaji Yahaya Bello for his transformational efforts in that very critical sector of our national life, the health sector. Congratulations.
Isiguzo and Hansa commended the Kogi NUJ for recognizing the governor's efforts with a commendable award and urged him to do more.
So I think that when politicians and people that we've entrusted with public resources under democracy do well, it's important to recognize it. And I want to commend you for recognizing His Excellency, particularly in the area of healthcare in the state. And I say the award is befitting on him. And what this also means, thank you, what this also means is, you know, when you do well, much more is expected of you. So I believe His Excellency will continue to do well and you know, ensure that the people of Kogi enjoys the dividends of democracy.
We must encourage effective media to help people understand the various dynamics in our society, to give them the necessary perspective to make rational choices. It is only with this kind of information that people have the means of participation in democratic processes and shape their futures. Once again, I want to commend and congratulate our council in Kogi for putting up what I consider as a stellar outing today. Once again, they've never disappointed. I want to congratulate you, and for the people you have chosen or selected for awards, especially His Excellency, my friend the Governor, I want to also congratulate them. Those receiving letters of credence, right? We also congratulate them.
Folashade Ayo-Ade commended the state NUJ and its members. She urged journalists to promote truth.
You are the one that determines what is happening. You are the one that will determine the reigning politician, the one that you know how to put it together and make a national development. We want to please appeal to you to do it right. The media should please do it right, I repeat. Let's not depend on brown envelope all the time. Let's play the role as a professional and let us do it well. And I want to say thank you to you for recognizing His Excellency in the giant strides, especially in health. There is no doubt about the fact that he has done excellently well. You just picked health, security, and of course the function of any chief executive officer of a state is to secure lives and properties. Security, top-notch. And of course, when we talk about health, the lives of the people must also be secured health-wise. And that's why you have the gigantic hospitals well-equipped, not just the building, well-equipped, modern technology. As many of you that are here that have not visited any of the hospitals, please visit and see and report the way it is. It's out to do more, and it will always do the very best for every Kogi citizen till the very last second that he will leave office.
The chairman of the NUJ Kogi State, Adeizamomo Mojimo, said the state governor Yahaya Bello has done well in many ways and need commendation.
I wish to as well assure His Excellency, the government of Kogi State and the NUJ, that the NUJ under our leadership will continue to collaborate to support the present administration in achieving the objectives of the new election government. Let me use this opportunity to call on politicians to please play the game according to the rules as we approach the 2023 general elections. It is important they realize that it is the existence of their communities, states, and the country that makes them to aspire for one position or the other. They must therefore do nothing that would destabilize the peace of the society in the name of their aspirations.
He warned journalists who spread fake stories to desist from it, advised them to practice journalism with code of ethics.
To our colleagues, journalists, I urge you all to approach the election with all sense of responsibility and ensure we operate within the ethics of the profession.
Other key leaders and philanthropists who have done outstandingly well in their various endeavors were honored with awards and certificates of credence. Awardees had this to say.
With this, I'm really surprised with the award. And to tell the truth, with this is a big motivation to me.
I'm really excited about what the National Union of Journalists have done nationwide, and particularly here in Kogi State. And it shows that we have professional journalists who can even help us counter fake news, misinformation, and disinformation using the newsroom. This is an opportunity to change the trajectory of Nigeria's politics, to redefine development, and particularly service delivery to the Nigerian people.
First of all, today's award is a call to do more, and then to do more is in our blood, in our system. Actually, I want to say we don't even need motivation to do more because it's a call from God for us to give to the poor. But now that NUJ at this level, Kogi State NUJ chapter have recognized our work, like what the chairman said, Nicodemously, they've been seeing what we are doing. We can assure you that from henceforth, we are going to expand our humanitarian services to other areas of Kogi State.
Body language of Nigerians that they are asking. They are not asking for who is there. They are not asking about the religion or the ethnic groups where the leader comes from. What they are asking for is nothing but what? Good governance and freedom. And because when we traveled out of the country, we see what happens there. It's like immediately you return to Nigeria, you return to era of abnormality. And I think that is the issues that Nigerians have been asking for. And we believe that, trust me, if we don't get it right in 2023, the years ahead, the politicians need to be very careful because Nigerians will take their destiny in their hands.
The chairman of the organizing committee, Jeremiah Enemona Ocheme, thanks all government functionaries, well-wishers, and members of the state and national NUJ who graced the occasion. He assured the people of proper monitoring of activities of government and non-governmental organizations in the state to give them necessary publicity. He also seek a mutual relationship between the government and the media organizations present in the state, saying journalists are channels through which their activities could be heralded to the world at large. Faith Abdul Ghaffar reporting for MLC TV.